Since NextJS uses file-based routing, a common concern people have is if a file is magically going to become a part of the public routes. This is not something you generally need to worry about. As an example, if you want a utility or a component that is only used from the demo page, it is perfectly fine to create it next to the page. Here we are creating a new component called name within the demo folder. There is actually no way that this component is magically going to become available on the public internet. There is no URL I can type over here that will take me to that name component. The only way that this component will become available on the internet is if we decide to explicitly use it, for example, within the demo page. With this component explicitly added to our page, of course, it is going to show up on that demo route. If you are concerned about utility code files conflicting with the current or future NextJS routing algorithms and still want to collocate them with the routes that use them, NextJS provides a simple solution in the form of private folders. Any folder that starts with underscore is actually ignored by the NextJS app router. As an example, a folder named _UI would be ignored, and even if we create a file called page.tsx within this folder, it is not something that the router will even look at. For private folders, it doesn't matter what the names and the contents of the files under that folder are. It is not something the router is going to look at. Even with the page.tsx exporting a proper NextJS page, demo/_UI is not going to be a valid route, and we can verify that from the browser. You can see that the NextJS router is returning a 404. So if you want to collocate components next to our page and don't want to worry about NextJS file naming conventions, we can simply move them into the private folder. The keen amongst you might be wondering at this point, what if you want your public route segment to start with an underscore? We know that since this folder starts with an underscore, this page is not going to become a valid route. The way around this is that instead of an explicit underscore, we can use a URL encoded version of the underscore, which is %5f. With this change in place, if you visit the /_UI route, you can see that NextJS has successfully routed to that page.